Hey everybody, I thought I would do 2 videos at the same time. So if you're here for a get ready with me, an everyday beauty look, you're in the right place. And as I go through my makeup routine, I will list everything down in the description box, the products that I put on my face, the brushes, etc. If you're here because you just want my take on some unpopular opinions or you'd like to get to know me a little bit better, you're also in the right place because I'm going to be addressing those as I put my makeup on. I posted a question box on Instagram stories, and then I did the same on the YouTube community page, asked you guys to share with me your unpopular opinions. And an unpopular opinion is an opinion that you hold that you feel like is in the minority. And I decided to break them up into categories. So we're gonna start with clothing, fashion related, move on to beauty, and then more behavior, random stuff. And I will tell you, I learned some interesting things about my audiences. The YouTube audience, I gotta tell you, y'all are a little meaner. I mean, nothing was directed at me personally, so thank you for that. But a lot of observations about things you don't like about influencers, and that's not the topic of this video. So I will not really be addressing those. There might be 1 or 2 that pop up at the end. So if you want salacious, you should definitely stick around at the end of the video because that's more than likely when it'll show up. I am not here to bash anyone else in my industry. We're all just trying to do the best job that we can. So we're not going there. We're also, by we I mean I, am not going to be addressing politics or anything of that nature. Got a lot of those. No. So the YouTube crowd really went a little hard on addressing individual dislikes about people in general. Instagram, even though the responses were anonymous because they got sent to my DMs, were generally kinder. Either way, I would say it seems like a lot of you have something you want to get off your chest and you want the world to know it. I appreciate it. So let's start with beauty. I just basically took the statements or the opinions that were repeated over and over again, and those are the ones that I'm going to address. So let's start with clothing fashion. The most unpopular opinion, so it seems to be quite a popular opinion, more so with the YouTube crowd, was some variation of leggings should not be worn as pants. Now here's my take on that. I think it depends. I think if the legging material is a thicker material or a good quality material, so you don't see the individual lumps and bumps and cellulite, we all have it, doesn't mean I need to see it. I don't want to see mine. I definitely don't want to see yours. And we don't see the outlines of your anatomy. As long as it checks those boxes, I'm fine with it. It doesn't bother me. I think we've all seen some wardrobe malfunctions when the legging material is really thin, you know, sheer around the tushy, that kind of thing. Then it gets a little distasteful as far as I'm concerned. And I do think there is a time and a place, although I also think that leggings can be dressed up. So that's my opinion. I agree to some degree. Number 2, a lot of you on YouTube, again, do not care for distressed jeans of any kind. And I will say, I think this may be an age thing. And I say that because as I've gotten older, I find the appeal of distressed jeans to be less and less. I'm not completely against it, and you'll see me wear distressed jeans from time to time, but more likely than not, I do not find that I particularly care for distressed jeans on me. I think before we get too far into the clothing or the beauty, I don't really care what anybody else does. So if you're watching this and you love wearing distressed jeans and you feel like you're best in distressed jeans, good. I'm not gonna look at someone who's wearing distressed jeans and think, oh, I'm not the fashion police. Nobody. There is no fashion police. There's no nationally recognized policing agency of fashion. So it's all personal opinion, and we're all just having fun here in this video. Another very popularly held opinion that you guys think is unpopular, and I can understand it based on what's available in the stores, is a lot of you feel very strongly about crop jeans and flare pants. You dislike both of them. And I have to say, I know I show them. Sometimes looking back at them, I'm like, was that the best choice? I don't know. I think it all kind of depends on so many variables. I am not against them. I will continue to wear them. I like them. Again, I think it's what you're used to and again, your age, because if you were raised in a certain era where you were told these were horrible and that was during your formative years in fashion, then it's gonna be hard to get around it versus someone who came up of an age when maybe it was encouraged. So I think it just kind of reflects not so much your age, but the sign of the times of when, you know, really imprinted on you. It is definitely a more youthful trend. And I do think sometimes it's done really well, and sometimes that was a fashion mistake. I'm talking about myself. So I'm not gonna stop wearing them. I can understand them. Flare pants, however, I think flare pants are fantastic. I think you can go too far. You can have a look that's just too much. I think the overly exaggerated flare jeans, overly exaggerated anything, I'm not a fan of, but I do think flare jeans can look really great on certain body types. And that is my unpopular opinion that I want to address. Maybe just vent. Maybe we're just going to vent. I don't know if this is I'm just unloading. You can dislike a trend because you just personally have some strong feelings or it doesn't work for your body type, but that doesn't mean that the trend or the look should just be removed from the shelves because it doesn't agree with your sensibilities. I'm seeing that more and more. This whole, not to get political, but the whole concept of the cancel culture as if it doesn't apply to me, I don't want to see it. So back to flare pants. I think they're great, especially if you have wider hips or you have an hourglass shape like I do. Then those flares balance out the hips and the shoulders and they make the waist look smaller. They make the legs look super, super long and lean. I'm a fan. So if you don't like flare pants or you don't like crop pants, you don't have to wear them. Some of us still like them. Okay, this is another one. Woo, I can just see the people getting on their keyboards. You hate the front tuck. You hate it. Well, I personally obviously like the front tuck, although I'm open to a full tuck as well, more and more. I do generally find that to be a little more flattering. I do urge many of you who think that the front tuck won't look good on you, I urge you to try it anyway and just objectively take a picture, take a selfie picture of you untucked and at least a front tuck. What I mean here is I'd rather see a front tuck than no tuck, generally speaking. Obviously, there are always exceptions to the rule. Obviously, everybody's body is shaped differently. We all have different areas of concern or parts we want to hide, but it does give some definition. And for a lot of women who feel like they have to just wear everything baggy and loose and untucked, just try it. And if the full-on front is a little too, try a little bit of a side tuck. The idea is we're trying to just add some dimension to that middle area. I clearly am not against the front tuck. And again, this was something that came up a lot on YouTube, not so much on Instagram. Okay, this unpopular opinion, I agree with this one as I'm wearing one. Giant hair bows and slouchy socks on grown women. I think one of you said, if you're old enough to drive, you are too old to have either of those things. And okay, I am aware that there's a bow on this. This is just to hold my hair back. This usually never leaves my bathroom. I would never in a million years go out in public like this. I don't really see women my age. If you're new here, I'm 50. I'll be 51 in March. I haven't seen in real life. I haven't even seen influencers on Instagram wearing hair bows. I see the girls. To me, they're young girls, you know, in their 20s, even into their 30s. More of those girls are into the big hair bows tied back. I think it's a little weird. Oh boy. Okay, we're gonna go with the controversy here. I think it is trying to sexualize little girlness. It's weird. Like, we should, you know, little girls should be wearing big hair bows and grown women should not be wanting to look cute by looking like little girls. As I say this with a pink and white polka dot. You know what I mean? Like, I think we're getting a little weird. It's crossing some lines. I would like to see it stopped. The slouchy socks, it's cute on young girls. I think it's adorable on girls that are in high school and college. Again, it's adorable when it's age appropriate. And I'm not into age shaming. And if you want to dress a certain way, no matter what your age, if I see you dress like that on the street, like, who's gonna walk up to someone and tell them they don't like what they're wearing? I mean, you do it on the internet all the time, but not in real life, I hope. So, I mean, you do you. But I do think slouchy socks look a little bizarre on grown women. This one, bring skinny jeans back. Heard a lot of people wanting to see those skinny jeans back. They're not gone, ladies. I know they're harder and harder to find, but pretty much every retailer I know that sells jeans still carries quite a few skinny jeans. This goes back to what I was saying before. You wear what you feel best in. And if you feel best in skinny jeans and you feel like that flatters your body type, wear the skinny jeans. I have skinny jeans. I don't love them as much as my God, I lived in them. But I like a slimmer style. Right now in the wintertime, you need a skinny jean if you want to wear them tucked into boots. Otherwise, I feel like it looks bulky and weird. I just feel like visually it is unappealing to wear like a straight leg jean or even a slim straight jean shoved into like a boot. So I think there is a time and a place for the skinny jean. If you look at the retailers, I don't know who's telling us that skinny jeans are out, and we'll address that. One of you had a comment later that I'm going to get to towards the end. But I'm telling you, if you look at the retailers that I shop at, across the board, across all price points, they're all still selling skinny jeans. So someone's buying them. Okay, and at the same time, kind of on the same vein, there are a lot of you who are really against the concept of wide leg pants. Like, you really hate them. I don't know why. I think they're kind of cool. I think they are, when worn well, usually with more of a fitted top, I think they can be very flattering, similar to the flare bottom pant, very elongating. And they are kind of classic. I mean, if you look back to like Katharine Hepburn, sort of made them part of her signature style. It's a very feminine way to wear pants, I think. I'd rather see someone in wide leg pants than skin tight pants, or dare I say leggings. So I don't know why many of you wrote in saying that you don't like wide leg pants, but I think I like them. Okay, last one for clothing related is a lot of you told me that you are not into Chelsea boots. I have bought a lot of pairs of Chelsea boots. I have one or two that I really like, but objectively, they're not really Chelsea boots because they have a heel and they go higher up the leg. So then they're just kind of like booties. I want to like Chelsea boots based on how many I keep buying and trying the style. And clearly, I don't like them so much either. I think that they're very hard to pull off. They make the foot look really heavy. They draw the eye down. I'm not a fan of black shoes. I know that sounds weird. I'm not a fan. I like a black pump, black sandal, even black boots sometimes, but I just feel like they draw the eye down. They're not as flattering. But then I see other people wearing it and I think they look great. But on me, I always feel like I'm Frankenstein in boots. I like the idea of Chelsea boots. I want to like Chelsea boots. I just feel like they never look right on me. Unless I add heels and I make the shaft go up my leg. And then are they really Chelsea boots anymore? Not so much. Okay, moving into the beauty statements, opinions. This one, the overwhelming unpopular opinion was that you don't care for fake lashes or lash extensions or any kind of overly exaggerated lashes. And along with that, I'm gonna lump in laminated brows. Okay, let's just stick to the lashes right now. I don't disagree with you. Okay. Lash extensions, they are not for me. I've seen a few done well, and I generally understand the appeal. I had them for 3 days. When they're done well, I think they look great. I do. I rarely see them done well. And then I will admit, in certain professions, like when I'm out and about in the real world, like I don't want to go to the doctor and my doctor have that on her face. I don't know why. You know, I feel like, okay, I'm getting into dangerous territory. I will be quiet. False lashes, I don't necessarily lump into that same category. I think there are some really beautiful ones, some half strips that look really nice. You know, they just give a little bit of pop. Those can look really beautiful. And I will admit that if I could figure out how to consistently put on false lashes, I would wear them because they do open up the eyes and they do make everything just look a little more put together. But I don't like the big, thick, heavy ones. I don't like the ones with the big, thick black band. I just want it to look more like an enhancement where you're wondering, are those her lashes or is that just really good mascara? That's what I like. Now, as far as the laminated brows, again, I think it's everything in moderation. I think it's not that we dislike, well, I can't speak for you guys. I don't know what you think, but it's not that you necessarily dislike the laminated brows. You dislike it when it's like absolutely stuck straight up. It's so obvious. It's too much. Again, I think everybody is more in the middle on most things, whether it's politics or social issues, or dare I say, makeup and fashion. I think moderation, as I pile on many layers of makeup, I think moderation is kind of where in the middle is where most people fall. And again, I prefer now that my brows are getting a little thinner to do more of a laminated look, just not the over-exaggerated one. Okay, and then this one, there's some fighting words here. Dior lip oil is overrated. It is and it isn't. Here's the deal. It's a good product. I've tried the dupes. I don't find to have the same experience. Is my opinion colored by the fact that I know Dior is a luxury brand and it's like a whole thing, the packaging, the little ball, yes, I am paying for the luxury experience. I am. I will admit it. Product to product though, I think it really is that good. There are a lot of good lip oils out there. I've tried some of the dupes. I've not found them to be as good. Let's put it this way. I know it's pricier for what it is, but I think if someone gifted it to you, you would really appreciate it and enjoy that luxury experience. Do you have to have Dior lip oil? No. No. In fact, I'm gonna use a new to me product that I've been loving lately that it's not a similar product. That's the thing. It's not so much a lip oil. It's definitely a gloss. It is a similar concept, but there's lots of other options out there. Lots of great lip glosses and lip oils and drugstore options and all that. But Dior lip oil, if it's in your budget, and that's something I stress and I try to stress in most of my videos. It's worth the splurge if it's in your budget. Let's move on to the ones that really make you guys crazy. Anything to do with like behavior, influencers. There's only one influencer thing I'm going to address, stuff like that. Okay, here we go. Here's the example that I used when I was asking for your unpopular opinions, and this was probably number one. Y'all think the Stanley Cup is overrated. I don't have my straw in mine. I can understand that. I'm going to counter that argument. A lot of the argument was the straw gets in the way, who wants to be sucking on a straw all the time, and it's not really all that travel friendly because if you go, you know, it's all gonna spill out. I don't disagree with you there. I have my Stanley Cup by my work area just to make sure that I'm drinking water. Do I always? No, I'm pretty bad at that actually. So I appreciate the push to make sure you're hydrated. Does it need to be a Stanley Cup? No. Do you need one in every color, and do you need all the accessories and the magnets and the accessories and the, I said accessories twice, and all the things that I don't get that. I don't get that. Okay, however, this Stanley, this is the first one that I got and the one that I have been recommending for a long time. Yes, I'm gonna link it along with all the products I'm using on my face, and we'll get to mascara next, but I can't talk and do mascara at the same time. This one I think is worth it because this handle actually makes it travel friendly and the straw is built in. So, you know, you just flip it up when you wanna drink, and then when you don't and you don't want it to spill, you push it down, and now, I mean, there's nothing in it, but you know, this is worth some hype. This shape, I get it. I get why you guys think it's kind of ridiculous, and they're getting bigger and bigger, and it's like, where are you going that you do not have access? I mean, unless you're taking a really long road trip, where are you going that you don't have access to water, that you need to be lugging 40 ounces of water with you wherever you go? When I was growing up, we didn't even drink water. Let's go to the rest of the not weird, but behavioral stuff. A lot of you have mentioned that you don't like cussing. Fun fact, when I am not on camera, I have been known to drop quite a few F-bombs. I try, not that hard to not. I mean, I know when to not, like I don't have to edit it out of a video. I've never said the F word by accident when on camera. When I'm talking to children, I don't do that. But when I'm with friends or really annoyed, I think a perfectly placed F word is very effective. But in general, I don't think it's appropriate to use that word or any curse word. And there is some argument as to what is a curse word, and I get lectured sometimes when I use certain words that you think are offensive, and I do not. I would agree that cursing is, you know, it's not classy, it's not a good look, and we should all strive to not use it, at least around when it's in an inappropriate time. And the argument would be, if we have enough self-control to not use it, like, you know, in front of our parents or when I'm on camera, then some of us should have enough self-control to never say it, but that's debatable. And I would go so far as to say definitely not have those words printed on clothing that you walk around in. It's tacky. Here's where I'm gonna get to I'm coming around. A few of you have said something to the effect of, people say I shouldn't listen to you because I'm 20 years older than you. So this is a subscriber that watches me. She must be in her 70s. I appreciate her being here. I never say anything that I mean to be offensive. And if someone takes something I say as being offensive, they're putting a meaning on there that's not intended. So let me be clear on that one. First of all, you should listen to me in so much as I am sharing an opinion, but I am not directing you to do anything, whether you're 20 years younger than me, older than me, the same age. I'm just sharing my opinion. I think of y'all as my friends that I've never met. And at the end of the day, the only one who should influence you is your own conscious, right? Your own self-conscious. That being said, I do get a lot of comments from people who are either a lot younger than me, like the same age as my kids, or the same age as my mom, who will say, I don't like your fashion choices. I would never wear that at my age. I get that. I would not go back in time and wear what I wore in my 20s or even my 30s, most of the things. And did I put primer on my top lashes? I don't even know. This is hard to do, guys. And I'm just putting this out there. This is not an unpopular opinion. I'm just kind of addressing something that comes up in the comments. All I can share with you is my own personal experience and what my tastes are and my opinions are at that moment in time when I'm making the video. And if it doesn't apply to the life stage that you're in or your personal tastes, that's okay. We should all have different opinions and be at different stages of our lives. And this is primer. Like, what am I doing? Okay, Marnie. It's hard to do two things at once. Definitely applying mascara and talking, especially when doing lash primer and then mascara, is very difficult. So I'm bringing this up to say it is okay to disagree. Like, I'm having fun with this. I think it's fun that some of you hate Wearing makeup. Like some of you said, I don't understand why someone your age is still wearing makeup. It's okay. I love it. And I love that you don't want to wear makeup and you don't have to. And I think as a country, we've kind of lost sight of it's okay to feel differently about things. We can all still get along. It's not like throw the gloves down, let's fight because I like ketchup and you prefer mustard. And as a country, we've gotten to that point and it's kind of weird. Okay, so to the person who says that she is told that she shouldn't listen to me because she's 20 years older than me, you do whatever you want. And it doesn't matter how old you are. But at the end of the day, me telling you something, it should be what you want to do, not what I'm suggesting you do. This one is a lot more lighthearted, although some of you I think are gonna get very upset. I'm just gonna read verbatim. We're not gonna talk about my hair. Read verbatim what this one woman said. I hate Taylor Swift and I'm sick to death of hearing about her. Yeah, I said it. That just made me laugh because, girl, I'm with you. I don't hate her. I should say that. I don't hate her. Some of her songs I very much enjoy. I just don't get this obsession. I don't get the dressing up for her concerts. I don't get any of that, but I don't have to get it. It's fine. At the same time, did I get a little sick of seeing it all over my Instagram for her whole tour? The Taylor Swift era, like, is it over? I mean, yes, of course I did. But you know what? You just keep scrolling to the next thing. It's fine. While I personally do not care so much for Taylor Swift or her music, I don't care about who she's dating or not dating. I'm glad that she brings joy to other people. And apparently she did boost the economy quite a bit all on her own this summer, if you read some of the articles. So I don't personally care for her, but I don't want her like banned from the airwaves, especially now that it's bled into like football culture. Stay away from my football. Okay, I think Chick-fil-A is overrated. I did not say that. Somebody else said that. Let me be very clear. I'm gonna have to disagree with you there. Not only do I love Chick-fil-A, like I love their nuggets. I just love their nuggets. I love them hot. I love them cold. I love them lukewarm. I love them dipped in sweet and sour sauce or the Polynesian sauce. I love their waffle fries only dipped in the Polynesian sauce. Their fries are not superior to Whataburger or McDonald's, but I don't eat Chick-fil-A a lot, to be fair. They have a wrap that's fantastic. It's not just the food. Although again, those breaded nuggets are little things of, I wish they were maybe not so breaded, but whatever, then they wouldn't taste as good. What's amazing about Chick-fil-A, and occasionally you get a bad one, is those things are run so incredibly well, and their employees seem like just so happy to be there, and really, they should run the country. Everything would just run more smoothly if Chick-fil-A were running it. I prefer talking on the phone to texting, and why do I have to text you first before I call you to see if you're available to chat? Yes, yes, yes. Again, texting has its time and place. I get it, especially like if you're at work and you can't, get on the phone to do a personal call. I guess it's easier to sneak in a text. So I get that. I like connecting. Obviously, I mean, this is what I do for a living, right? Although I'm talking to people that are not here, it's a one-sided conversation. And I just have to talk about this. This lip liner is incredible. I normally would fill in my whole lip and then go over with this gloss, but my lips are so dry. Allergies are terrible. I've been breathing through my mouth. It's like the Serengeti on my lips. So we're just gonna go with the gloss. So I love talking on the phone. I use this app called Voxer where you can leave very long, up to 15 minutes long voice messages, either singly or you can do like a group chat, and then you can play it back when you have a moment. You can play it back at 2, 3, 4 times the speed. And I'm in a few and we talk all day long. And I love that. The back and forth, hearing the person's voice. So 100% with you on the prefer phone to text. I will say, pet peeve of mine, getting a text, hey, can you talk? Or I'll go to pick up the phone to call one of my boys and my husband says, what are you doing? I said, I'm calling one of our kids. Text them first and see if we have voicemail. We have voicemail. We have the ability to hit no. If you can't answer the phone, you're not compelled to answer the phone. So I don't get this having to make an appointment to call someone thing. At any moment, that phone can ring behind me. Yes, I still have a landline. That is an unpopular thing right there. I'll just pause the recording and go see who it is and then get back to it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I don't know how I've sunk down, like I'm melting in this, but okay. You know what? I said I wasn't gonna talk about influencer stuff, but we've reached the end of the video and I feel like I have a few more things I want to address and I don't want to attack any of the amazing women that are in my industry, but I will address some of the things that y'all have mentioned. One, to dispel, oh, you know what? I want to do a little finishing powder. To dispel some assumptions and then just because why not? Okay, so a few of you have mentioned that you don't like the Nordstrom sale and it's not fair because influencers get first dibs on everything, and we get everything for free, and everything's sold out by the time the sale is open to you. So let me address that. Nordstrom specifically. The only way you're gonna get first access to anything, influencer or not, is if you've spent $15,000 at Nordstrom in a calendar year. Why you see more influencers doing that is because many of us are sharing, not me, I mean, I do share Nordstrom stuff, but many influencers are sharing a lot of Nordstrom stuff, and they are personally spending $15,000 or more because they're sharing stuff month after month, and they are able to get icon status. That's a status available to anyone who spends $15,000 or more. And that's great. You see more influencers doing that because it's the nature of our business. We have to, show new product all the time. And if you're buying it all from Nordstrom, you might hit that number. They do not give us anything for free. They don't even give us a discount. And this is coming from someone who has worked pretty much the last 5-6 years, maybe longer. I've had some sort of monthly sponsored content with Nordstrom, and I've never been sent anything from them for free. I've never received a discount. Even when it's a sponsored video for the anniversary sale, like I usually do a sponsored Nordstrom beauty video. I did not do one this year, but I usually do. They still won't even give you ahead of time access or any kind of discount to share, to get the product that you need to get to share in the video that they want you to make for them. And as far as, I know that applies, a lot of you think the same way that Walmart's sending us all free stuff and it's selling out because they're sending it to us first. I wish it would make my job a lot easier and a lot less stressful if I could get my hands on it early so I could make that content and get it out to you guys before it sells out. But the reason you see so many influencers getting that product early is because we obsessively stalk their website on a daily basis and order as soon as we see something hit the website. So, the rest of you have a life. So you miss it when it gets on the website. The other one that came up a lot is you don't like when influencers get dressed. This is a thing we're seeing more on Instagram than on YouTube, when they are like doing an outfit post, but they start the reel in their bra and underwear and then show themselves getting dressed. You don't understand it. And I understand why you don't understand it. And I know they're doing it because they want to show you, hey, I'm just like you. I literally put my pants on one leg at a time. This is, I have a real body. This is what I look like, all the things. I'm not going to do that ever. And the reason I'm not ever going to do that is because I know that my kids, who are now in their 20s and not children, but even back then, my kids sometimes watch my content and my kids' friends watch my content, and I don't want them to see me in my bra and underwear. That's weird. I'm not judging them. I think they look great for that reason. And also I'm not comfortable being essentially naked on camera. So it's not something you're going to see from me. I do admire their editing though. I strive to get reels that are that well cut the way these women are doing it. So I think that is kind of amazing. I think we have time for a few more. There were a few that centered around, I don't like the minimalist look. I am not a fan of capsule wardrobes or of 5 a.m. morning routines. And I feel like social media is guilting me into that I own too much or that I should be getting up earlier. I don't disagree with you. I think if you want to be a minimalist, be a minimalist. And if you want to own all the things and have your closets bursting with stuff and sleep in later, if that works for you, do it. I do feel like some people feel like social media is, pushing us in one direction or another. I think it all comes back to, I know I make my living on social media. Like, take it all with a grain of salt. You can watch all the things and then decide on your own, using your own value system, what works for you and what doesn't. Let's do some fun ones. Everyone loves mac and cheese. The sight and smell make my skin crawl. I wish I didn't love mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese. And you know what is my favorite mac and cheese? Please don't hate me. Good old-fashioned powdered cheese, blue box Kraft macaroni and cheese. It's my childhood in a box. Do I eat it? No, because it is incredibly unhealthy, but I love it. I'm sorry that you do not like mac and cheese. A few of you think that not only should cigarettes be banned from being smoked in public, but also coffee should not be allowed to be drunk in public because the smell of it makes you sick. I think that's gonna be a really hard battle. And I can agree with you on the cigarettes, but the coffee thing, I think that's not gonna work. I'm gonna end with this one because if you've been watching me for a long time, my opinion on this has changed. Someone said, I can't stand all the Real Housewives shows. And I used to love them. And I watched, not all of them, but I used to watch most of them. Like Real Housewives of Orange County, the OG. And then, I don't remember which one came next, but New York, New Jersey, Beverly Hills. Those are the ones that Dallas, obviously. But then again, I don't know if it's an age thing. Like, I changed the way I look at the world. I just found them to be, I don't know if I changed really, or the content of the shows changed. They used to be more about girls getting together, having fun, doing fun things together, being a little goofy, a little bit of drama, and then it just turned into just drinking, acting like fools, screaming at each other, and I've never seen anyone behave in public the way these women do in every episode. And it just got to the point where it's like, I'm so embarrassed. When it got to the point where I was embarrassed for these women, I knew I had to stop watching. Do I think they should be taken off TV or streaming services? I just think if you don't like it, don't watch it. And if enough people don't like it, they'll stop making, I mean, that's kind of how it works. So I used to be a diehard Real Housewives fan. I don't even watch Bravo. I don't really do reality TV. I like documentaries, but I'm trying to think. Any reality TV? Hometown? Does that count? It's nonfiction. My tastes have changed. All right, ladies. So those are some of my takes on your unpopular opinions. I hope that you had fun with this. This was meant to be fun. I don't want anyone to feel like they've been personally attacked. I cannot stress it enough. It is okay for us to disagree. We just have to be nice. I adore my husband more than anyone on the face of this planet. He is as close to perfect as you're gonna get, but do we agree on all things? No, we do not. So if I can't agree with him on all things, I don't expect all of us to agree on all things, but we can all still get along. So I hope that you had fun with this as it was intended to do. If you are interested in any of the makeup I just put on, that is all listed and linked down in the description box, pinned at the top of the comments, the QR code and all that stuff. And let me know what you thought of this. If you'd like to see more Get Ready With Me, maybe combined with something else to chat about, because this was a lot of fun. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.